Okay, that's according to progress. Do this so that they can see me as I walk around. All right, I got that. I got that. I'm an Alex, and I got one more thing, and then we're all set. All right, one note. Hey, that moved out of the way. Okay, you had a question, Alex, you said?
Yes, the home. I just started 3.1 home.
My Alex had.
And I have questions from,
Should I go in, Alex? I thought I was in it already. Have you done it? I mean, it doesn't matter. What's this thing over here? Don't need that. Okay. Okay, which homework?
3.
3.1? Second, review it. What one, what problem number?
Oh, number 4.
Now, the numbers that I have will be different from yours, just, but the problem will be the same type.
Okay.
So look what I got. Watch what I have here. See mine? Your numbers were probably different.
Yeah. So I got it written out right here.
All right, so we're gonna solve this equation, simplify your answer as much as possible, all right? Tell me what your problem should be almost identical. What would you do in this problem here? You wanna get V by itself, so what would you do?
Okay, well, minus the first one. Okay, so. Okay, let me write.
And then you can apply the same steps for your problem.
Okay. Yeah, minus 4, minus 1, 4 plus B equals 5/8. I want to get the B now.
Okay, so describe to me what you do.
I will put, under 1/4. I will put, if you want it to reverse,
No, you wanna get, what's the opposite of a minus?
positive.
Right.
So I put under 1/4 under that.
That's right, so you're gonna add 1/4 to both sides. Now, over here, you're gonna need to get a common denominator for that side.
Right, okay.
So right now, this is what I have. I haven't finished this side out. So what a lot of students do is this, they'll do 5/8. What's the other one, 1/4? And then they know that 8 is the LCD by looking at it.
Right.
So they'll write this as 2/8. So now when I add them together, what am I gonna get?
70.
That's right, 7/8. Forgive me.
If I do this one.
Same stuff, sure, it's identical in nature.
Yeah, okay. You gonna make sure too?
Hold on a second, let me get. I thought I had a folder for this class. I did not have a folder for this class. I had one, somebody took it.
This is gonna be a C. B is, B,
Minus 4/6, so put plus 4/5, so you're gonna add 4/5. So you see the 30 was the LCD, very good, right? So we have, this is 24/30, right?
right,
And you're adding that to -5/30. Right, so yours is a little bit different, but it's, they use the same letter too, huh? V minus
4/5.
what's the other side?
Equals minus 106.
So you're not exactly writing what you say you're doing. That's the problem, I think. So, for instance, I did not see anywhere where you wrote this on both sides of the equation. So you're skipping steps.
Okay, I got that.
So now, what we have now is the B is by itself. I just gotta figure out the other side. You said 30 was the right answer. So this one would have been -5/30, correct?
Right,
And then you're adding to that 24/30. What's 24, what's -5 plus 24?
29.
-5 plus 24.
Oh, I gotta subtract. -5 and 24 is 19.
That may have been your whole issue with the whole thing. So your issue was simplify, the getting the common denominator.
B equals 19.
So retry it when you get home. Don't look at the paper though. Try to do it without looking at your notes. See if you can, I think it keeps the same numbers, but I could be wrong about that.
Now, what I had, I got the answer, but that doesn't matter. I want to remember.
Right, exactly. You want to make sure that you have all the steps in play. And because sometimes it's possible sometimes to get the right answer, but not know what you're doing. That does happen.
That's why I circled the ones I did in the test that we previously did, that was due today.
Mhm.
I had my 4 on that I circled, so I could go on in class, even though I got the answer. But
What else did, I'm sorry, what else do you have?
The problem was,
You don't know the number?
it was 21, but that was the test that we just had finished.
Okay.
Right. I mean, the homework we just had to finish, turn in by the day.
What's that? Oh, okay. I mean, that's a different homework then.
Right.
1.2, 1.6 and 7.
Yes.
You said 21?
Yes.
Use the distributive property to remove the parentheses. So what did you get?
Okay. What I had got, well, it wasn't that one, it was this one.
I'm guessing it's similar, I hope. Do you have a negative outside of a parentheses?
Yes.
All you want to do in this case, this is a shorthand for the following. In order to use the distributive property, this equals that negative there, I can turn it into a -1 times. Write down, what does the distributed property tell you you are permitted to do?
To put all common terms together.
No. Well, I mean, yes, the reason behind like terms was the distributed property. But what does the distributed property tell you in particular to do with that -1?
To times, what's the difference?
To multiply it to this piece,
Yes,
to multiply it to this piece, and to multiply it to this piece.
correct.
So, what's -1 times -5?
Five,
The W
five,
test.
seven,
What's -1 times -b?
B.
Positive b. Now put a plus b, you don't get to put b, you get put plus b. And then finally, -1 times 4.
is -4.
Really, all that happened here is it just changed the signs of everything in the
And that's
parentheses.
what I was getting confused with the sign.
That's all it is.
All right, like, there's like the main highway, so. Okay.
Well, if you gotta go up 72, 71, there's an accident there last week, we haven't fixed it yet.
And the guy had seen that video, I've seen that for fires.
Yeah, that guy died, he was carrying fuel.
Wow.
It went off, yes, it went off the bridge.
That's when it went off.
It went off the bridge into the road below, oh, yeah,
Wow.
spectacular crash.
And
Right.
Well, I have some too, if you want.
Even a lot of paper down.
Oh, wait, that's my. Here, I'm gonna give you, you can have the road. All right, so, okay, other question.
It was similar.
Oh, somebody is online, so can you hear me in WebEx land? That's not a good sign, is it?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good.
I just have you on mute because everybody in the background.
Okay, if it's just like you're in class. If you have a question too, you can ask me one and I'll pull it up.
Okay.
All right, well, do you have another question you said?
Oh, yeah. I was just confused with the, how you change the sign. So, okay, so I gotta practice on that.
Are there other problems that you wanted to do?
Yes.
This one was from 1.6 and 1.7. So you might want to make notes of that if you are taking notes. I didn't note that on the board.
Oh, I'm taking, I'm trying to get you pulled down. I gotta go to sleep.
We're going to do, let me tell you that what we're going to do today is more complicated versions of what we did last time.
Okay.
So if you can master today, last times will be easier. So you want to just do some new ones, harder ones,
Some new ones.
see how it works?
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and pop into, I think it's 3.2 today. We were 130, January 30th, 3.2. So we're going to do more extensive equation solving this time. They're going to be more complicated problems. This is solving equations part 2. No, I think it's best to just throw up some equations and explain the steps as you do them, rather than write a bunch of rules. So let me pop into the textbook and see what they got in there. We are in, I'll go into the textbook. Actually, take me to the homework. Can you get to the Firefox? No, you can't. You can see they have a rather overzealous collection of problems. So I'm pulling these problems from 3.2. And all of these problems are going to look a little different from the ones we were solving last time. You'll notice, if you notice looking at this equation, do you see the appearance of the unknown quantity is more than one time? Do you notice that? More than one time the V shows up. That's not how we want to do it to solve it. We like to get V by itself and to solve it. So what you do is you use elements of algebra to get it into a form that we were doing last time. I'll show you what I mean. You're allowed to add and subtract, multiply, or divide anything you want to both sides so long as it's not zero. Because if you multiply everything by zero, it wipes everything out. There's no equation left anymore. But you can add, subtract, same thing to both sides. You can multiply and divide, the same non-zero thing to both sides. And it still remains valid. So here's what we do. Our job in this problem is to get the V's by themselves and only one appearance of them. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make the letters appear on one side. Here's how I do it. So I'm going to subtract 3B from both sides of the equation. And I'll put it under here because it's a like term, is it not? They're like. Rewrite my equation. So what happens then on the left side is you just have 14 left over. And then on the right side, we have 6V minus 22. Now these problems we were doing last time. That's how it's different. We have to do something to all of these problems today to make them look like they were last time. Because once they're in this format, there's 2 steps to get this answer from here. Can you tell me what the 2 steps are from this point to get the answer? You would add 22 first, because you want to get the numbers away from the V side. So I'm going to add 22 to both sides. So the 22s go away, they cancel on that's all that's left to the right side. The left side, 14 plus 22 is 36. Now one last step to finish the whole thing off. What do you do? Divide by 6. That way these 6's will cancel and then be left with V equals 36 over 6 is equal to 6. So how is this different than what we were doing before? It's different in that the V's appeared on both sides of the equation. We had to consolidate first. There's indeed some work to do before you could actually solve the thing. So all of these problems are going to require something like that. You're going to have to do a bit of fiddling around first to get it into the format you want for the answer. Let's see if they have one just like it. I think number 6 is similar enough that I can give that to you. X is by far the most popular letter that we use for unknown quantities. So let me put it over on this side if it'll let me. Sometimes it won't let me, sometimes it will. Okay. Go ahead and take a minute or two to try that one. I don't think it's a negative, but what'd you do? You subtracted 7, no, so you added 7x to both sides. He's put what's in front of it, so that trust me makes it, that'll make it better. Plus even what you did to both sides. Okay, so that's gone, so you just have 13. Did you rewrite the equation? Put next to 13, what equals? Copy the minus 6x. Minus 300. Because that's what you did both sides. So this is already done. 6x done. You finish up. The only thing is your sign's a little bit off, so let me check real quick. So you added 6x, negative 6x, great. Oh, 13 minus 3 is positive 10. Now, you'll inevitably be told to solve, to simplify. Now, when I solve these, I don't do them all in the exact same way. I look for opportunities to make life easier on myself. So you could choose to add 7x to both sides to make the x's all appear on the right like the previous problem, but you would end up with a negative 6x. I can avoid that should I want to by choosing instead to add 13x to both sides. Then I avoid a negative. The answer, yes. But I don't have to fumble with them while I'm in the process of solving. You'll see that there's more than one time where doing some sort of initial work will make things so much easier. All right, at this stage, it is like all the ones you've done in the past. Now we go through the steps just to reiterate them because I want you guys, this one here, if somebody were to come up to you in the subway or on the bus or something and put it in front of you, you should be able to do it in your head. So with this one, we're ready to finish it out. What would you do next? Subtract 13. And positive 6x. Now what? Divide by 6. Repeat go away. Now your book will not list this as the answer, and you may not even credit this because it's supposed to be simplified. Everything you do in here, they're going to ask you to simplify it anyways. So if you know what goes into both 10 and 6 that can make it simplified, 2 goes into 10 5 times, 6 3 times, and that's as far as you can go. Don't worry about getting mixed number or decimal. We don't need to worry. We're going to deal with mixed numbers later in the semester anyways. I wouldn't worry about it here. Wrong class.
The 6x, you want the 6x down. Correspond to 6x, that's supposed to be a negative 6.
No. Pause. I just can't. All I canceled was the positive 6. You okay?
So. 13 over.
No, I added 13x to both sides.
And change 6x
Right.
plus 13 equal 3%.
That's right. That's right. And
Well, 6x down.
right, the 6x is down, right? Because the 13s cancel.
Cancel that equals.
Let me cancel them while I'm over here. Okay. So then 6x was left, so I got to do that 6 times x, remember.
Okay, 6.
Are your x's on the left-hand side of the equation? Okay.
So 6x.
Was equal to negative 10.
That's 13,
3 minus 13 is negative 10.
negative 10.
Right, and then just divide by 6.
Oh, negative, Jose, that's what I missed.
Okay, now, as I mentioned, they don't get, technically, they don't get harder, but they get more complicated, if that can make sense to you. Like this one here. We have several appearances of the unknown quantity in one equation.
So you got 4 M. Bring 11 M over 130.
Not yet. Let me give you my recommendation to you. First, treat each side as separate, okay? The left side and the right side is separate. What I want you to do first to each side of that equation is simplify each side first. Okay?
So 4M, this one, so 15.
Right, it has some like terms that you can combine on that side. Do that, go ahead, take a few minutes and do the same thing on the right. I'll come by. There you go. No, okay, good. I don't like the way you move around, but okay, let's just see what you have when you're up. That's good. So this side, where's the negative? That negative, where did it go? See it? Okay, so this is good, right? This side's perfect. Yeah, I would agree, so this is where you want to go. Now do the same kind of thing for that side.
Okay, which you want me to right there?
These sixes. You're not ready to solve it until, I mean, wait till you get the other side figured and then start solving. Animal cost. Then you should subtract it. Ah. I'm gonna write the next step on the board and you can check it against yours. This is where you should have had it up in way, you think about each of the sides independently of each other. I put the one in front of you to remind you that this is the reason why I put it there, is we don't typically write it. You'll never see a book write that. They actually do write it down. So I'll do that just to remind you this. Now, if you'll notice, the problem now looks like the problem I did just prior to this one. Do you remember what you do next?
-2, you know. One, you know, so.
There's another problem too. There's more than one way to do these problems. So you may choose one technique and I'll choose a slightly different one.
I don't put to lead one and just put.
You don't have to put it. It's unnecessary. All right. Can any of you tell me what you would do? What would you do next? What's the next step?
To the -2, you know.
So you want to take it to that side, the left side? So what'd you do?
It would be a negative, you know.
Minus M, both sides. So here, you're gonna have a negative in front of you. It's not that big of a deal. I just get kind of, unrealistic sometimes. Okay, so now it's like the one we were doing last time. What next? Subtract 6. Be careful of your negative and positive, they make a big difference. This is the -3 over here, and I have -3M over here. Now what? Divide by -3. These -3's cancel, and we just end up with M equals 1. Let me take a look at the problem. I might be able to let you have, I might be able to give you one to try one like this, depending on how many problems there are. These textbook people tend to put like 5,000 problems in these homework assignments, and it always makes it difficult to try to choose. All right, let's do this next. Let me see how far I have to go till. Oh, do you see those things? See those? Ooh, yeah.
Don't you count out all the threes?
Yeah.
That became 1.
That's right. 3 divided by 3 is 1, isn't it? All right, so I just got to get through, I have to get it to at least 40, so that's fine. Let's go to the next type of problem that I was going to do, and that would be this number 10. So when you're solving equations, I'll be honest with you, I think the very first step is to simplify each side of the equation first, and then go about actually trying to solve the thing, if you understand what I mean by that. Right. So you end up with, how many inches this year? Yes, you're supposed to put it in. Should put it in. This is positive 3 minus 6. Okay, positive 3, right? Just put that on the minus 6. Okay, and right, distributing was the right thing to do first. Because like I said, you're gonna simplify each side as much as you can first, and then go about solving. So when you do the distributive property, it goes like this. This 2 is gonna go in here to the z and the 9. We'll have 10 plus 2z minus 18. And I'll do the same thing with the other side. 3z plus 3, and then I'll bring down this minus 6. So now all I'll do next is combine the like terms on each side. So 3z minus 3 on the right side, and on the left side, 2z minus 8. Be able to get to that. You combine, that's a -8, right? Let's do that's a -8. That's one. You add it, it seems to me. And then here, I'll be honest, at this stage, I really would subtract 2z from both sides because I just can't resist something that ends up being so clean. If I subtract 2z, the answer's done. I don't have any more steps. If I go minus 2z, the answer is, wait, what happened? Wait, I'm wrong, aren't I? So I am still a little bit easier. I don't have to divide by anything yet. 3z minus 2z is just z. On the left, we have -8. And I'm going to add 3 both sides.
Basically, wait a minute, that 10,
A second. C equals -3. What you say?
I'm sorry, okay, so we got 10 plus 2z minus 18, correct? Okay, I got that. Now, 2z we cancel out. Oh, okay, so 10 plus minus 18. So,
-8. Look, I made a mistake. Did you see that? It's all the way up there. What I do wrong? This what teachers, lazy teachers do. When they make a mistake, they ask their students what they did wrong. What I do wrong? Can you see what I did? I just noticed that walking back to my seat. I had a 3 on one side and 5 on the other. No good. You gotta do the same number on both sides. I had 3 on both sides. That way this will become -5. I usually like to circle my answers so they're easy to find at the end.
so the answer was,
-5.
okay, step right here.
Hold on a second, let me get this and I'll come by. I'm sort of interested to see what you guys will do with this. Look at those things. Now, let me see what you're doing in the next one. I'll bring a pen.
Oh. Some form of service traffic thing. Yeah, yeah. Anytime to do your work. Same place where you. First thing I want to do is simplify. You see what a few things you provide on the side. Find them, maybe just everybody can find all that stuff in between. Susie. Find whatever terms you can. Find minus 3. Now you should be more successful from here. What do you think is your next step?
Next step is to, bring the PO to.
Okay, we see.
This.
Yeah, but
This become the negative. So we run.
so down on the same line.
It's only two.
Now
Because, one of the two, it would be a negative two. And right here, staying on two comes.
you're an equal sign.
Equals
No, but that's.
negative one.
I think
How we do it?
if you can do, the equation on one hand, maybe do your computations over here, that would be integrated with each other. That's what I think is causing all the problems. There's too much going on. You're losing track of where you're supposed to be. I have not done this one yet, but I will do it now just to see, and then we will
Compare answers.
So we put the common terms together.
If you can.
We got 1/2 C. 5. So 1/2 C. 5/4 C becomes 3/4 C.
Okay, so you changed the 1/2 to 2/4.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, proceed.
So now I brought the 2/4 over to the 5/4.
Huh.
That correct? That becomes 3/4.
That's right, right. So far, so good.
So now the other two come.
So that's a straightforward way to do it. You're gonna start by putting the C's on one side. You think you got it? All right, let's take a couple of ways to do it. I'll show you the straightforward way, which is the way you'll probably like best, but then I'll show you a very slick way that destroys these fractions right off the bat. So what she had told me that she did is she subtract 1/2 C from both sides of this equation. Unfortunately, 5/4 and 1/2 are not compatible right now. So what she did is she immediately noticed that 4 was the least common denominator. And so she decided to rewrite the problem with all 4 denominators. Like so. The rewrite, in her case, was necessary to get it to where we want it. Now everything's gonna work swimming. We're going to do, like you said, subtract the 2/4 C. Bring down my equals, always do that. So these are gone now. 5/4 minus 2/4 is 3/4. There, you were correct there. You have C minus 2/4 equals 7/4. All right, what should we do now? You can't combine anything.
I mean, I'm sorry, bring the negative 2/4 under the 7/4.
Add 2/4 to both sides. So what I have done is I have 3/4 C equals 9/4. Now, what do you do at this stage? There's a variety of options at this particular stage.
You can bring 3/4 under the 9.
You're talking about in what,
You bring it
to do what? What are you gonna do with it? What do you say underneath it? Tell me the operation you were,
I'm gonna subtract. I can add.
that 3/4 is not plus C. That 3/4 is times.
Times C.
What's the opposite of times?
Divide.
So you can divide by 3/4. This side over here, also divide by 3/4. But now, when you have a fraction over a fraction, to simplify it, do you remember what you do with the bottom fraction? Look over there on the left. What am I gonna do with that 3/4 down there?
You know,
Flip
to
it. It's a reciprocal, it's the mathematical term.
it becomes 1.
These 3/4 are gone, and all that's left over here is C. So on this right, on the right hand side, I just have C all by itself. And on this side over here, I'm gonna work it so I have 9/4 times 4/3. Lots of simplifying can happen here. Do you see anything?
You can divide the 4 into 4,
And fours will cancel, but that's right.
and 3 into 9 is 3.
3 into 9 goes in there 3 times, very nice answer. C equals 3. This is by far the most straightforward way to solve the problem. I would agree with that. But I would be remiss,
If I did not show you what I find is a far more efficient manner of solving this equation. So let me show you what I do to do this thing. Your book has this in there too. I mean, they do mention this method that I'm gonna show you. You noted when you started making everything over 4 that the LCD was 4, am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to do the same. Let me make a note for those that will read these notes later on. The LCD equals 4. This may seem like a wild thing to do, but I'm going to multiply the entire equation by 4. I'm going to multiply the left side by 4 and the right side by 4. Watch what will happen. I'm going to use the distributive property. Now, students are usually kind of uncomfortable with this format, so let me just remind you that whenever you see these number chords, you can think of them all as being over 1. So that makes it a little more compatible with fractioning, multiplying. Does that help to have them all over 1?
Yes.
Now we're going to simplify every single term. Look, that 2 goes into 4, doesn't it? Part of these first one, 2 goes into 4 twice, leaving just 2C. These 4's cancel, just 7. These 4's cancel, leaving just 5C. Finally, 2 goes into 4 twice, leaving just 2. You see, what is spectacularly missing from mine? What's missing from mine?
You haven't finished it.
No. What was undesirable about the original problem? Fractions. What do I not have anymore? I got rid of it. If you multiply the whole thing by the LCD, this is guaranteed to happen. So this can save you much trouble if you decide to use it. But you have to use the distributor property. So at this stage now, this is the problem of lakes, which we've done many now by this. What would you do next to get this done?
We put 5C over the 2C.
You're gonna subtract 2C, 5C,
Negative 5C.
make 5C.
Negative 3C.
I'll give myself more space here. Because you say negative 3C over here. Okay, now what should you do?
So we have a positive 2 over under 7.
No. You're not trying to get that side cleared out. You're trying to put it on the side of the C. Remember, you want to make things go away from the C.
So positive 3C.
No,
Oh, yes.
leave the C alone. Leave it alone. You want the C to be alone. What is over there pestering that C?
You put it in negative 3.
Well, what else is over on that side?
A negative sign. Okay, you got negative 3C plus 7.
That stops. So negative 3C plus 7, right? And you want to move the C's around, but I'm saying that's not what you want to do. You want to get that C isolated. So what would you do to both sides? Add 7? I don't know. Subtract 7. And here we arrive pretty much at the same spot we were on the last problem. I will divide by -3 to get the job done.
and we end up with C equals 3. So you can see, I don't care what you do. This, to my mind, is the slickest, took the least amount of steps, but that first step is a doozy. You know what I'm saying? So everything, no matter what you have, you're always gonna have one bad thing you've gotta do. The rest of it's not so bad. So like this, once you get to that bad stuff, it's pretty, this is as easy as they get.
I don't know how bad I wanna go with these things. The decimals are not that big of a deal, so if we don't get to them, it's not that big. Let's do number 26. I'm including the number in these so that you'll be able to match them up later if you choose to use these notes for any reason.
This one that we can use the 8 to time all the way across.
If you want to, sure. Sure can.
Okay, I started off with 8/1 times 5/8.
Hmm?
Do I keep timing across or do I can solve that first?
Just do, yeah, just do the 5/8. Because if you multiply also through the parentheses, you're technically multiplying it twice. So just do the number outside. That's perfect.
So that becomes 5. So I can do 5 times 2W.
Okay, checked it out. I'm good.
If you decided to wipe out the fractions immediately, this is what it would look like.
Where did the 10?
That 10W
Oh,
come
yeah,
from?
oh, yeah, two
Two
times.
rows of it, four rows of it. But the same thing happened on the other side here. Where'd that 6 come from? Well, 4 goes in 8 twice. Doesn't it?
Yeah.
2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 5 is 10. Okay, you know what the next step is in this process. What are you gonna do next?
So, let's see.
Right. What are you gonna do next then?
Okay. So, so we're gonna 5 times 2W.
Yeah. Then distribute, to distribute it. So once you get clear out the fractions, you can distribute. So like you'll get 10W plus 15 plus 10W equals, do the same thing over here,
24W
24W plus 6.
plus 6.
Okay, what would be the next step in this thing here?
You still gotta combine them.
Got to combine the W's on the left. You've been saying fraction mode the whole time? So if I put these W's together, I'm gonna get 20W. Plus 50 is gonna equal 24W. 6. What next? You'll see, you got it right. You'll see what I'm talking. What are you gonna do next?
We're gonna, under the 24W, minus 24.
You're gonna subtract 24 from everything? Minus 24W. You're one of those people that likes on the left-hand side every time.
I'm left hand, that's what.
Across some of you, you see. Right, Ron?
Yeah, you are too, yeah.
You gotta keep track of this. There's not a lot of us in this world. All right, you got that, now you're at 4W plus 15. Okay, what are you now?
Equals, well, we need that.
Got the 6 over there already.
So we got, -6.
You're trying to clear out the wrong side again. You don't want to clear out that side.
Okay, we want to clear
You
out.
want to get the W side cleared out.
Okay, so that's, positive 4W.
No,
No,
leave the W over there. Leave it alone. Don't touch that W. Of all the things there's 3 things you could do at this stage, and you're so far have chosen the 2 wrong ones. The last choice is the correct one. You want to get W by itself, but you want to leave it alone. Can you tell me what you do next? These are the kind of problems we were doing yesterday.
so you want to add the 6 to, -6 to the 15, under the 15?
I'll tell you, we'll do that, even though it's not the right thing to do. -6, I don't know why, students like to do this for some odd reason, I have no idea. -4W plus 9 equals 0, okay, now what? And wait, what does W equal? No, W has a numerical value. So when you're all said and done, the answer will look like this, W equals something. What would you do next?
You would do
See, that's fine, you can fix it now, you can actually fix what you did, but that was, you shouldn't have done this in the first place here. So you can't do -6, what's your next thing up? You're not trying to get a 0 over there, that's not the goal.
you said that.
The goal is to get W all by itself on one side. I'm gonna take over now.
Minus W.
Subtract the P. Now, finish it off, we'll get you. Right, divide both sides of the equation by -4. Is that -4 times W? What's a negative divided by a negative? Positive. So your W equals positive 9/4. Okay, that's all I have for today. You got plenty of practice, believe me, in the whole, a ton of problems. And these little things, you gotta get these little issues cleared out now, because if you don't, they snowball in the bigger problems. And one of the reasons why you're taking this class is because the math problems of yours have snowballed over the years. Right. Hey, trust me, I know. I've been doing this a long time, so I know.
All right, let me go ahead and end this video. Stop that. Stop recording.